Oh my goodness, one of my favorite movies in the whole wide world, right? Pitch Perfect! They did it. I didn't know whether to have the hat or not, so. No hat. No hat. Okay, no hat. Okay, hi. Well, I just want to say welcome to my channel. It's not going to be really like a big channel or anything like that. I just honestly have a couple of messages to bring to people. That's all. So not a whole lot. Not a whole lot, I promise. But anyway. Again, I just want to say hi. I want to thank you guys in advance. I did make notes, so just saying I'm going to be looking down a little bit. A little bit, a lot. A little bit, a lot. Don't you forget about me. Sorry, okay. I'm a little nervous. You can't tell. I'm a little nervous. Okay. So I pray this message finds you in peace. I come with gifts of unconditional love, support. Put this up like this so that you know I can like look at you maybe as well, you know, with no expectations. I just want to say that I thank you for all your hard work that you've done today, and sometimes it's just hard to get out of bed, so I totally understand it, you know. Just want to let you know that you appreciate it. Appreciate you. I also wanted to point out for a moment how amazingly fast that human beings, you know, are that we're like evolving, and I think it is super duper amazing. I don't know if anyone else notices it, but it's kind of amazing, you guys. I have never done videos like this, so I mean, you know, looking at myself on this video, I didn't even curl my hair or anything, so this is like authentically me. Anyway, yeah. Oh, let me get to this. So, yeah, just all the synchronicities and the connections that are happening. I just want to talk to you guys about that. Like, wow, I think it's amazing. I want to contribute, and that's what I'm here for to do. So I see that there's a lot of like blockages and loosening of ties that people are doing because it helps with imagination. That's your creativity. That's where we manifest. So that needs to be unblocked. And we're doing it. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And there's a couple ways that I know that we can keep it unblocked, you know what I mean? If we recognize certain things and just kind of on an educational level look at it, there's some material that I think that would be really beneficial that I wanted to share. So, you know, just I want us to be free from the trauma, the abuse, the pain, blame, shame, you know, that stops us from moving forward. That's so important, right? So this, I want to say, is a timeless video, right? Because with the videos, you can rewind it. You can rewind it. You can rewind it. So I invite you to come with me on this journey of transformation to your higher thinking, okay? The brilliance of what we're doing and what I see happening in the world is that it's simple, you know, it's not difficult. We can do it. It's not like it cannot be done, you know. Cannot be done, darling. Cannot. Just kidding. I know. I'm a little goofy. I'm silly. For real, for real. But anyway. So I want to go on to say that I'm going to share a little piece of my story with you guys. And then I'm going to go ahead and get down to what I want to share with you guys, okay? So around 2013, 2014, I decided to become a peer support specialist / counselor. Super duper fun, right? It really was. It's an amazing experience. I've done a lot of different things, from cosmetology to insurance to mental health. It's been an amazing experience. I got into mental health because my son was diagnosed with ADHD, and so I wanted to know the proper way to address his mental illness, and or just to properly take care of him, you know, understand what he's going through so that I know. You know, it's the best way, I think, to get to know someone is to understand what they're going through. So I did start working with foster children from the ages of 12 to 21. And thank you guys for not judging me for looking at my cue cards here. I just needed to take notes so that I didn't miss anything. It's the first time I've done anything like this, so no judgment. Thank you. Appreciate you. Thank you again. But yeah, so I work with foster children, and I help them create an environment where they felt mentally and physically safe. And then from there, I worked with some parents as a parent peer, and I had a caseload of like 20 families at a time. We need to make sure we kept 20 families, which was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work, but it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun with it. One of my strengths that I felt like I bring to the table, you know, I noticed my hair, you know. It's short. I haven't had my hair this short in a long time, but anyway. One thing that I do notice is that I like to connect the dots to everything, like the water, how water is in every living thing, and how we're all connected to water, and how they did a study on water, and they put water in different environments, harsh environments and really nice environments, and they froze it to see what it would do. And the water in the harsh environment froze like to be really rigid, and then the water in the nice environment was really like flowy and beautiful. And that should tell us like what our words do to ourselves and each other and the planet, right? So I would like to think of myself as somewhat of a humanitarian, and I wonder what would happen if we all got on this beautiful frequency of greatness. How great it would affect the waters, the earth, wind, fire, right? We are all connected in that way, and we all need each other. We're all different, and we all need each other. Everyone has their strengths and weaknesses. Woo-hoo. But anyway, I would put together packets for my parents, and that's just to prepare them to face adversity, because it was super important for them to know what to expect. For us to know what to expect, it kind of helps take down anxiety. And so I try to do that by thinking of every single way, right? I don't know, I'm an analytical person, so I think of every direction, kind of like a lawyer, right? So I'm prepared for it. So it would consist of, the package would consist of a wellness recovery action plan, so a wrap, and positive parenting. Positive parenting is another great tool, you guys, and there's so many different tools out there that we can use for education and just to help us, you know, So I would like to share one of those tools with you today, and so I just wanted to let you know my name is Danielle, and I am a Wellness Recovery Action Plan Facilitator, among other things. First, I do want to kind of briefly talk about the 10 components of recovery, because those are super important and you guys would absolutely love them. I want you guys to look it up though. Look up the 10 components of recovery. So everything the wrap is, I can say is this, and I'm going to go ahead and just read through them. Okay, so it's individualized and person-centered, and it's empowerment, it's holistic, okay, because we're all holistic. We're not just one thing or the other. It's non-linear, provides respect for yourself and others, responsibility, strength-based, self-direction, so that gives you your autonomy. It's peer support. It's good to have a therapist or someone to talk to. Provides hope. Okay, so we're going to also go over the Wellness Recovery Action Plan. I know a lot of you guys are probably like, what is the wrap, right? Well, it consists of a wellness toolbox, an action plan, a daily maintenance plan, triggers and an action plan, early warning signs and an action plan, when things get worse, an action plan, crisis planning and post-crisis planning. So we're going to go ahead and jump right into it. So this was created by Mary Ellen Copeland. I'm going to go ahead and give you guys her link will be in the description box, and you can purchase her book on our website. You can download the app or install the app. I feel like it's called install the app, right? So you can install the app. It's a little warm in this room that I'm in, but it's okay, you know, we're gonna get through this today. But anyway, or you can do the PDF. So I did just print off the PDF to show you guys today, okay? This is what we're gonna be going over. If you wanted to go ahead and print this out, because this is what I'm gonna go over with you guys. And you can rewind this video. That's the reason why I loved it. I wanted to make a video, because you can rewind it, you know, and whatever part you miss or don't miss. So, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with the Wellness Recovery Action Plan. This is gonna help us love ourselves so we can love others. It starts with us, you know, our individualized selves. Okay, because this is a framework that is evidence-based, and it's helped billions of people all over the world. So that's why I really want to share this with whomever does not know about it. Even people who did know about it and they walked away from it. Sometimes you do have to walk away from it and then you come back to it, okay? So I'm just here to help spread some knowledge, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and just get into it really quick. So Wellness Recovery Action Plan. The Wellness Recovery Action Plan was originally developed by Mary Ellen Copeland and a group of mental health service users who wanted to work on their own recovery. This is what they found worked for them and what helped them recover from their mental health difficulties. The Wellness Recovery Action Plan is a framework which you can develop an effective approach to manage distressing symptoms and gain insight into patterns of behavior. It is a tool to help you gain more control over your problems. Yes. That's why I have one. All right, developing your own wrap will take time. It can be done alone, but many find it very valuable to have a supporter. They choose people that they trust and work on it together. Over time, wrap can become a useful tool that you can use as a reminder and a guide to manage wellness, and something that you can turn to in times of difficulty. It is a practical tool to support you through your recovery. It is designed as a tool to learn about yourself, such as knowing what helps and what doesn't, and how to gradually gain more control over your life and your experiences. It can also include a crisis plan, which is a way of guiding others on how best to make decisions for you and to take care of you for those times when your problems and symptoms make it difficult for you to take care of yourself, and that happens. Once you've started your own wrap, you can continue developing it and changing it as you gain more information about yourself. And the more you, whatever you study, right, whatever you put your energy towards is what you're going to become experts at. We know that. So it is unique to every person. That's the individualized part of it, right? The wrap belongs to you, and only you decide who to use it, how to use it, and who to show it to. You decide who you would like to be involved or help you write it. You decide whether you want someone to work on it with you. You decide how much time to spend on it and when to do it. It is your guide to support your wellness, your own wellness and recovery, okay? Because that's what we're doing. We are getting well if we're not already well, right? And then we're going to stay well. So the first thing that we're going to start with is the wellness toolbox. So the wellness toolbox says that developing a wellness toolbox can help you to identify reminders and resources that are helpful in promoting wellness and keeping you well. These are things that support my wellness. So you want to ask yourself, what supports your wellness? Well, I have several things, right, that support my wellness. I'm going to try to fly through this as fast as I can so I can make it real simple for, everybody. So I'm just going to go over a couple things. I'm not going to go into a whole bunch of detail about my wellness recovery plan just because it's personal for me. I was really authentic with mine, but I will go over some of it though, okay? And I will give examples. So these things that support, or these are the things that support my wellness, okay? So I love bubble baths, right? Learning new things, spending time with my son, riding boats. I have so many. Scary movies. I really love that. I love cats. I'm just going to skip around a little bit because there's so many of them. Chocolate, right? I love exercising. I do love origami, you guys. So this is an origami ball that, one of them that I made. I do cherry blossom balls also, but yeah. So that's a star ball. This is an origami star ball. I absolutely love this thing, by the way. I know, sorry. I also love putty. Putty keeps me well. I have putty like during meetings and stuff like that. Putty is pretty fantastic. I'm gonna open this right now, and it'll kind of. Oh, this is like, it's really slimy too. It's like gooey and slimy. I'm not gonna be able to do this and flip pages, so I'm really gonna have to put this up. I'm a little disappointed that I have to put it up because it's so much fun right now. Okay, but if we gotta put it up, we gotta put it up. Okay. Okay. Do I have any in my hair? No, just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. Okay, so that's the wellness toolbox. Your wellness toolbox is going to be your bread and butter of the wellness recovery action plan. You're gonna need it. This is what's gonna get us through. I love camping. I love bonfires. So many people have said that they love to, we used to like get, I wanna say, shoe boxes, and we would make things, and you could do that. Get a shoe box, get creative with it. Put all your wellness tools in your shoe box. Some people love leaves. They love fall, the smell of it. Winter, snow. Some people, that keeps them well. Some people carry around like lavender, like on a cloth or something. It reminds them of home. Anything that you need that keeps you well. That's what you want to do, okay? We're gonna write that down. All right, so the next page, this is what, let me read it, okay? This is what I am like when I am well, okay? So what are you like when you're well? What does that look like for you? What does it look like for me? Well, you know, I'm an introvert. Okay, I lied. I'm an extrovert when I'm well. When I'm not well, I'm an introvert. I like to like hang out in my bed, but you know, I'm an extrovert when I'm well. I like to smile and hang out and kick it with people when I'm well. I'm giggly, you know, stuff like that. What does it look like when you're well? And that's what we want to put here. I did grab water, guys. Because it's a lot of talking already. Like it's a lot of talking already. All right. So now, this is what gives me meaning or is important to me. This is what inspires me and reminds me of my values. My children, my son reminds me of my values. Right? My faith reminds me of my values. So, of course, it's going to be individualized towards everyone. It's going to be different, right? All right, so these are some of the things that I would like to try to see if they would support my wellness. I have a whole bucket list of things that I want to see if it'll support my wellness. A whole bucket list, okay? I'm gonna throw some glasses on real quick. So playing the piano, juggling, hang gliding. Have you guys ever hung glide before? Because I want to know how fun it was. I want to learn ballroom dancing. I think that would be awesome. Zip lining, I haven't done that yet. Can you believe it? Who hasn't zip lined yet? Oh my goodness. Or gone on a cruise. So I do have a couple more that I choose not to share because you guys might think I don't have a life, but I really do. No, I'm just kidding. I do have a life, by the way. But yeah, so that part. What do you think you should try that will help you stay well? I really don't need these glasses. I just want to throw that on for a moment. So that's important, right? What do you think you need to try? Or what could you try in the future that you haven't before that could help you be well or stay well, right? All right, and moving right along. Things that I need to avoid to stay well. There's a couple of things I can think of that I need to avoid to stay well. Like negative energy. Okay, that's off the bat. One of them, negative energy. Again, guys, thank you for no judgment. I keep grabbing my hair because I'm not used to being this short. My hair is usually longer. That's okay. Yeah. So negative energy is like one of my biggest pet peeves. Like, oh my goodness. Like, I mean, it's just why? Do you need a hug and some kisses? Because I can give some hugs and some kisses. you know. And then I know, and it does. Life does get rough, and it gets weird. But we can do this. We got this, right? All right, and so now we're at the daily maintenance plan. So your daily maintenance plan, so this is what I need to do for myself every day to keep myself feeling as well as possible. What do you need to do with yourself every day to make yourself feel as well as possible? What this would look like is like a planner. So it would look like 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock, all the way down to when you get ready to go to bed. What does that look like for you? In the morning at 8 o'clock, are you getting up in the morning, or maybe you're getting up at 6? Whenever you get up, that's when you get up, right? And you get up, and then what do you do after you get up? Do you take your meds, take a shower, take your meds, right? No one wants to be taking their meds like that. They're like, man, I'm so sick of meds. No, I'm just kidding. Eat some breakfast, things like that. Okay, the daily maintenance plan is also really important, and it comes in handy when there are those hard anniversaries that come up. Okay, so we've got those really hard anniversaries where we have had lost loved ones, right? So you want to create a plan that day, right? Say, I've done this with many of my parents, but you want to create a plan for that day. What are you going to do? You're going to watch one of your favorite movies, or you're going to bake something, do something that you absolutely love. So I pretty much give them the recipe of, hey, maybe you need to do 10 of your wellness tools in your wellness toolbox. 10 wellness tools. Okay? That's where your wellness tools are going to come into play. Okay? You're going to need to go on that vacation. You're going to need to, keep yourself busy. Your supporters are going to need to come around more during that time. Okay? So we're going to prepare for that. That's what we're going to do. Now, it's a really great way to help with those really hard times. All right? And I know about those hard times, guys. No worries. Anyway, this is what I need to do less often than every day to keep my overall wellness and sense of well-being. What do you need to do less often every day? That's pretty self-explanatory. These are things that I know I need to do to sustain my wellness, but need some reminding to do, like maybe your wrap plan. Remind you. So go ahead and continue on with that. All right, and so now we're on to the triggers. That's fun, right? We're down to the triggers. So the triggers are things that happen to us that are likely to set off chain reactions of uncomfortable or unhelpful behavior, thoughts, or feelings. Yeah, that's when people snap out and stuff like that. They'd be like, what? Yeah, poor things. It happens, right? I've been there. We've all been there with thoughts and the unhelpful behaviors. So how can we help ourselves with that? We can identify what we do, and then we can create an action plan for it. Like, oh my goodness, let's see here. We could be like, hey, yeah, I know that if I'm around some negative energy and I'm probably just gonna be feeling irritated. So what can I do? I can go ahead and put some earbuds in and listen to some music. Okay, that's the attempt right there. That's the plan. Put earbuds in, listen to some music. That is the plan. Okay. All right, and then so of course following this PDF, and there are different forms of the wrap out there, you guys. I want to explain to you. I do have another form of wrap, and then I have mine on tabs. So you can put it on tabs, you can decorate it any kind of way you want. I did do a really big move, so some of my stuff is in storage, and but there's different ways that they have planned it out for you. I want to say that the app looks a little different than the PDF, okay? So what can you do about your triggers? Okay, action plan list. So ways that you can limit your exposure to triggers, ways that you can avoid triggers from occurring, what can be done to help you cope with these triggers when they do occur, what can be done when I am triggered to prevent things from getting worse. Okay, so and then you want to go ahead and create your trigger list. Okay, right, and that's going to be pretty personal, right, for everyone. I don't need everyone knowing my triggers, but you know what? That is the beauty of this. By the time you master this wellness recovery action plan, you have practiced those actions, the action plan part of it, so much that it doesn't matter if someone gives you a trigger. It won't bother you anymore. And that is the goal, right? So that we're able to unblock ourselves and manifest. Boom. If we can identify it, we can tackle it. So these pages is going to allow us to put the trigger and the action plan. Okay, that's pretty simple and self-explanatory. All right, so we're down to early warning signs. So what are the subtle signs of change in our thoughts, feelings, and behavior, which indicate that we may need to take action to avoid a worsening of our condition or situation? Oh my goodness, right? Yeah, so if I'm dealing with a negative energy and I'm like, okay, hey, this is a negative energy, I put my earbuds in, but it's still kind of getting to me. Okay, but now my thoughts, so like I'm starting to not even think about, you know, my earbuds or anything. So early warning signs, maybe I'm starting to kind of fall out of listening to my music. So maybe I'll turn my music up a little bit, right? Hey, hold up. Yeah, turn my music up. Let's turn the beat around. Let's turn my music up for a second. So anyway, that could be a plan, right? We do want to make it a little bit more intricate than that. So what can I do about this? What action can I take when I notice the early warning signs to help keep me well and prevent things from getting worse? And these are my early warning signs and signs that indicate that I am less well. Some of my early warning signs could be like before I'm breaking down, I could be crying a lot, really emotional, talkative. Okay. All right. Sorry. Let me go back. All right. So when things start breaking down or getting worse, so in spite of your best efforts, right, because we do be having some efforts, your symptoms may progress to the point where they are very uncomfortable, serious, and even harmful. However, there are still some actions that can be taken to prevent a crisis. Right, because when you get to crisis situation, now you're probably acting up if you're at the crisis situation. But right now, we are at the stage right before crisis situation, okay? Okay? We have allowed ourselves, so that means that we have not really been working on our wellness tools throughout this process like we should have. So if we got to early warning signs, maybe we should have kept up on those wellness tools a little bit more, like do like 5 or 6 or 7 of them. And so of course not, if I can't pull my computer out and play my game right now, or right then and there or something like that, then do something else. That's why we have a million of them, okay? You have to think of, I have like 72, right? We have a million of them. When we think about it, we have a lot of things that put us in bliss. It's amazing. Anyway, so yeah, like I was saying, so in spite of your best efforts, your symptoms may progress to the point where they are very uncomfortable, serious, and even harmful. However, these are still some actions that can be taken to prevent the crisis. So this is how I think and feel and how I behave when the situation has become uncomfortable, serious, or even dangerous. Dangerous. All right, no, seriously, it gets there. When things have progressed this far, caring for myself is the top priority. Yes, it is, okay? What I can do to reduce these difficulties and unpleasant experiences and prevent things from getting worse. What can we do? There's a lot of different things we can do. We can work on our wellness toolbox. Bring those over. Let me go take a bath, bubble bath. Let me light some candles. Let me go for a run, okay? Any of those things is appropriate. Yeah, that part. All right, and then so we're at where we put the signs down and then the action plan, right? All right, so this plan was made on, you'd put the date that the plan was made on, and it takes over for any of my other prior plans, and this plan can be just for your own use and reference, or it can be shared with others that are involved in the plan, because we're going to have supporters that are going to go along with us. It can, excuse me, it will take time to set up and can be changed whenever you have new ideas or information. When you change it, consider sending an updated version to those who are involved. Because they might need that, right? They need to know about the changes too. All right, so now we're on to crisis planning. Oh my goodness, right? Despite your best efforts, you might find yourself in a situation where you feel totally out of control and you're in a crisis. By developing a crisis plan and sharing it with others, you will be able to take responsibility for your own care and instruct others on how they can support you during your crisis. A crisis plan should be developed when you're well. It will take time to develop, and it is essential that it is developed in a collaboration with those you are asking to support you so that they fully understand and agree to their role within the plan. Once you have completed your plan, you may wish to provide a copy of the plan for the relevant parties or the relevant part of it to the people that play a role within that plan. It may be necessary for you to be cared for under a section of the mental health law. In this case, those caring for you may not be able to carry out all of your wishes due to their duty of care. Your crisis plan your crisis plan as part of your RAP is not a legal documentation. However, those caring for you will endeavor to carry out your wishes. And I would just like to say, in some states, the police do ask if there's a RAP. So they have to sometimes go to calls for mental health issues. And it's not just that, right? When you're in a crisis, you're having a mental health issue right there, we've all been there, okay? So they would ask them, right, is there a RAP plan? Because they would tell them what they're like, what meds they're taking, who's their doctor, okay, what hospital they would like to go to, all those things, right? All right. So, the crisis plan is pretty self-explanatory. Honestly, if you have a therapist, they're gonna love you for filling this out. Do their work for them, honestly. Remembering what you're like when you're feeling well. This is what I'm like when I'm feeling well. When it's getting too bad, your supporters, it's all self-explanatory. Support required. These are gonna be your supporters, exactly what their roles are going to be. Their name, contact information, details, and supports. That's super important, right? And then there's a couple pages for that in this model of the wrap. There's also going to be a page where, for the people that you do not want involved in your treatment, okay? There are going to be people you don't want there that trigger you. And that's important too. So your meds are going to be here, what meds you need to avoid, what treatments you need to avoid, what treatments you would, or activities you would like to have available to you, your supporters, when they know it's safe to take you off crisis planning. There's a signature page in this one for your supporters so that they can really say, hey, I'm here to support you, and you know that they're going to assist you, right? So then on top of that, there might be times that even yours and others' best efforts, you may still experience a crisis, right? This is not the end of the world, nor does it mean that you will not ever recover, okay? Recovery is a process. It is ongoing, non-linear, right? You can start again at any time, and any difficult experience, or after any difficult experience, no matter how bad that experience is. However, it may be very helpful to reflect and think about what has happened to help learn from it. And we always want to do that with any situation that's happened. We always want to make sure that we take the lesson out of it, and that's how we actually move on. We take the lesson out of it and nothing else. We don't hold on to it. We keep right on moving, and that's why we're doing this, so that we can unblock whatever we need to unblock. It's so important to process trauma correctly, or process things that are all the adversity that happens in our life. We have to process it correctly in order to move on. That's what therapists are for. Peer supports are there for to move forward. The therapists are there to talk about what's happened in the past so that you can know how to move forward. But you got to talk about it in order to move forward. Some people feel that this can be done alone. However, many of us are greatly helped by having someone that we trust to turn to and talk it over together and get their thoughts about what happened. After a crisis, you may feel worn out. So choose your time when you're ready, such as when you feel like you have more energy or willing to think about what happened and if it made sense. And then talk and think through what happened and compare this wrap with the one that you've written so far. Okay? All right, so this is a list of things that will indicate that I am no longer in a crisis. All right? And then that pretty much wraps the wrap up. That was not on purpose, but it does rhyme. That pretty much wraps the wrap up. You know, I do have mirrors, not in here, but I have mirrors, so I like to look at myself in the mirror like, you know, I did not do my hair, so you guys, no judgments. No one's perfect, so, you know, I can't do my hair. Anyways, so that wraps the wrap up. If you have questions, email me. My email address is going to be below. Really, for the parents out there, get positive parenting. That's going to be an assistance. I want to thank you guys again for joining me on this journey, on this journey for our self-advancement, our self-discovery, and identifying blockages that keeps us from moving forward, because nothing is going to stop us. Ain't nothing going to hold us down. Ain't nothing going to hold me back. Oh no. That is not the words. That is not the words. I'm sorry, guys. I mutilated that part. But we don't need anything to hold our dreams back, because we got things to do. I know I do, right? I got things to do, y'all. I know you got things to do, because I know I got ideas, and we need to collaborate our ideas and make it happen, make it work. So I pray that you take greatness out of what we talked about today. Please continue to share knowledge. That is the only way. There's so much knowledge since the beginning of time. Oh my gosh, right? The things that they were able to kind of relook at. So the great thing about being human is, right, we're able to mess up and then free to mess up and then learn from our mistakes. I love that. Please rewind this if you need to go over a way to look at ourselves. Remember that you cannot actually heal what you refuse to acknowledge. So keep it authentic, keep it real with yourself, okay? And of course, let's love like we've never loved before. And I hope that you guys got insight and some education, understanding through this. I hope it was logical for you. Hope you understood it. Of course, live every moment, laugh every day, love beyond words, you guys. The strongest language is nonverbal language. Look that up. I don't expect you to take my word for things. I love to get second opinions, and I'll research it for myself, so that's important. And ask yourself, how well do you work with different energies? So anyway, thank you guys again, and it's my pleasure coming out for you guys, hanging out, being silly, acting up, talking a lot. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Have a fantastic rest of your evening, day, whatever you're doing. Thank you for joining me.